Glowing up is when you go from this to this, this to this, and this to this. It goes to show how much you can change. And let me tell you, your life is different afterwards. People treat you better, you feel more confident, and your dating opportunities improve. The best thing is that anyone can glow up. Here are the 10 tips for changing your entire look from 5 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10. Let's get into it. There's a saying in Korea that no plastic surgery is better than a successful diet. And they say this kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of half-joking, but people genuinely believe it. Because in so many cases, we've seen that a person that is pudgy, chubby, when you start dropping body fat, you start building a bit of muscle and get a bit of structure and definition to your face and your body, suddenly you're like, whoa, you look really great. It's gotten to a point where when I see somebody, I can almost tell, like, if you just lost 5 kgs, you would be seriously attractive. But maybe they don't know that because they have never been there. So the first thing is to drop your body fat. Not just drop weight, but drop your body fat. How do you do that? You obviously need to watch all of my other videos on dropping body fat, right? And if you have, you'd know that it's a calorie deficit plus some kind of muscle training. Get in the gym, lift weights, eat a bit less, boom. That's how you drop body fat. Next, when I was in my 20s, I didn't care about what was going in my mouth. I didn't make connections between the food and my skin, between the food and the clarity in my eyes, between the food and just generally the vibe that I was portraying. Now I'm much wiser. When I have a McDonald's, I feel a certain way. I look a certain way. I have dead fish eyes. But when you're eating clean, organic food, you're lighter on your feet, your skin glows more. Even now I'm still learning things about this. Like if I eat certain kinds of barbecue with dirty like pans, it gives me spots. I already have one right now. So fix your diet. Try to eat healthy. Try to focus on foods that give you an uplift of energy rather than momentary pleasure and then a downward energy to almost recover from the sugar spike. What that means for most of you is cutting out processed food, eating whole foods and organic foods. Next, I feel like lifting weights should be understood as almost what every guy should do, and a lot of women as well, rather than some kind of like extra hobby that is reserved for gym bros and people who are vain, who just want big biceps. What happens when you start hitting the gym properly with proper weights? You improve your body proportion. So all the proportions, the V-taper, the size of your shoulders and chest compared to your waist, all of that starts to improve. Another thing that happens as a result of that is whatever you wear, clothes you wear, when you have lower body fat, start to look better on you. You increase your testosterone, which means you'll feel better. Your jawline will improve. Your masculine features will improve. You will put on muscle better. And it's just this positive cycle that keeps going up. If you're not doing regular exercise, you should at least be hitting the gym. Next, gotta start caring about your teeth, your hair, and your skin. I got braces and it completely transformed my smile. Now, people used to tell me like, oh, you look good when you smile. And I would look at my photos and because of my teeth, I was like, nah, it doesn't really. And I'd unconsciously smile with my mouth closed. Now, I got my teeth done, so that's really good. Like, if you get your teeth done and you lose fat, you'll like people think you got plastic surgery almost. Take care of your skin. Again, find out your skin triggers. Is Korean barbecued pork giving you spots like me? Is dairy giving you spots? Is protein shakes giving you spots? You gotta find this. In Asia, like in Korea, we don't know a lot about our own dietary requirements and allergies like some people do. But most of the time, if something happens, we're just like, yeah, eat it. Unless it's serious. Whereas when I went to the UK, everyone was like, oh, you know, I can't eat pomegranate. I can't eat apples. I can't eat shellfish. Like there's all these allergies and, you know, respect the fact that you know it. And what I'm saying is a lot of Asians, a lot of Koreans, we need to know this. We need to know that certain foods our body is rejecting rather than just saying, oh, you know, must be just something weird. So find out your skin triggers and actually take care of it. And once you care about your teeth, skin and hair, it really does make a difference to how you look. Next, of course, we've been talking about the hardware, your body, your face, teeth. This is hardware, but you also want to improve the software. One part of software is the clothes that you wear. I'm just wearing some normal gray whatever zip up because, you know, this is kind of what I do. It's my work. In fact, this is the kind of clothes you want to own as a normal dude, okay, who's not a fashion influencer, who's not on Instagram, this guy, that guy, TikTok, one of these Gen Z freaking influencers. What you need to do to look good is get neutral colors, simple, timeless pieces, jeans, t-shirts, trainers, just normal stuff. The reason that works is because let's say you're going on a date with a girl and she's just pretty, she's really pretty, and she's like made herself really like look nice, and you also like you've done just too much, you've just really stressed your fashion sense, like design here, design there. I mean, shit, a lot of people do this. A lot of people go out, like 2 of them are on fashion shows. But I'm of the opinion that if you're a little more understated, you just a normal guy who's got other things to worry about than just the garments on his body, body, right? You got bigger things to fight, bigger lions to kill. And the girl's just really like, she's dressed up, but you're dressed well, but in an understated way. Not too many colors, not too many crazy designs. And she almost shines more because you set that base, the neutral base. I like this. This is just my style. I don't need to stand out with my clothes too much. So how do you look good without just doing all this flashy fashion bullshit? You just get the basics. You just get the simple stuff. Get the neutral tones. Just get simple colors. Watch these videos. There's like 4 videos I'm gonna put up here that are absolutely golden for normal dudes, non-fashion obsessed normal dudes, to elevate your style instantly. Next, when you show that you're absolutely engrossed in something, it can even be video games. Like when you're passionately talking about your favorite video game and you're genuinely engrossed in that passion, people will look at you and be like, shit, that's charismatic, like he looks attractive. Having a passion project, what you're working on, something you can put your mind into, something that is more than just lounging, this is something that's gonna help you glow up, look more attractive. It's also gonna bring that glow in your eye when you have something else going on in your life. Next, you should have a sporting hobby. I've been a sporty guy all my life, but even if you're not, I think you should have some kind of physical hobby as well as an intellectual hobby. That way you're kind of working both sides of your brain, both sides of your being, the body and the mind. And of course they intertwine, they work to improve each other, whether that is soccer, baseball, hockey, archery, darts, climbing, whatever it is. Getting more into your body in this sporting sense is something that makes you really attractive. It also gives you a certain kind of body. Like I can almost always tell if a guy is a gymmer. That guy is different to a guy who gyms, but he also does like football, plays soccer, does climbing, does jiu-jitsu, does MMA. Like they've all got slightly different physiques, and usually the muscles look more dense. I think that looks better. In fact, a lot of girls will say that as well. Next, there are a lot of things that you're portraying with your words and with what you do, but there are deeper signals like your eye contact, your vocal tonality, your posture. They are constantly giving you away. Even as you watch this video, you're hearing the words that I'm saying, but you're also listening to my tone, the way I say things, and you're looking at my posture, my gestures, maybe my eye contact and all this kind of stuff, and you're making evaluations such that you either trust me, you believe what I'm saying, or you're like, okay, this guy sounds legit, I kind of want to keep listening, or I don't. You're making all these judgments, and this is so important. This is like, they say it's more than 80 or 90% of communication is non-verbal. The way you sit, the way you move, the way you talk, the way you look, these kind of things improve so that you just being you is already glowing by itself without, like Korean skincare, like fancy jewelry and cool clothes. This is kind of baby glow up. We're getting to real glow up now. Next, you gotta talk and articulate yourself better. It would surprise you that this whole video was made with just bullet points. I'm just freestyling at this point. So how do you talk better? How do you articulate better? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that go into it. One thing you can put into your speech right away is a sense of conviction. You want to sound convinced. It's like when I said, when you talk about something passionate, people like you more, they find you more attractive. If you sound convinced that something is wrong, that something is right, that something is great, then people are immediately like, okay, he sounds pretty certain. Like they're locked in, they're listening to you. You look charismatic, you look great. I find it's absolutely freaking atrocious that they're starting to build a building right where I go by the river, because the sunset was right there in plain view. It was one of the most beautiful parts of my neighborhood, and now they built a bloody commercial freaking cafe, this ugliest floating building, and it's just clouded this whole thing. And I don't know who gave the freaking order to make that thing, because they clearly don't understand the value of a view. When I sound a little bit more convinced, it just sounds more engaging. So you can practice this, like practice speaking with some conviction. This is one of the ways you can make your speech more interesting. Next, when you meet somebody that's easily swayed all the time by random views, random people, this isn't a glow up, okay? You can look pretty, but you're just not gonna look great in the eyes of another person. If you have a strong frame, if you have strong beliefs about something, if you can see the world the way you see it and stick to the way you see it. This is not quite the same as being stubborn, even though in some cases the two concepts do overlap. But you want to have a strong frame on things. You don't want people to project their view onto you all the time. So for example, this happened another day where this guy was trying to project that I had done something unfair in a jiu-jitsu situation, and it wasn't. In that moment, I could just accept his frame, accept his projection. He was a bit butthurt that he had gotten the wrong end of the stick in that situation, and he was trying to insinuate, trying to project a certain way to make himself feel better, make me feel worse. And I knew that's what he was trying to do because he was in a situation that he didn't feel good about. You don't have to accept those frames. You don't have to accept these projections that people put on you. You can realize that they're projecting that and say, no, that's not what I think. You can have your opinion, but that's not how it was. You gotta have some of that. Have some of that strong frame action. If you do all of those things, guys, you tackle the hardware, you tackle the software, you tackle the apps and programs that run you. That's how you truly glow up in 2025. See you next week.